so you guys, our party, the Wenches of Waydora, which have now accumulated a couple non-wenches, in the likes of Xander, his dragon Xerxes, a blink cat that Calliope has named Margaret and adopted, another dragon that has hatched from an egg named Tiernan that Anya has been gifted, as well as Ren Firestrife, the mysterious half-orc that teleported back to Vori with the Snow Elves. You all were tasked to go to the Feywild, specifically Genesis, for two reasons. One, you were trying to get back Calliope's memories that she realized before she kind of got sucked into that book, the Tome of the Stilled Tongues. She realized she kind of forgot who she was and where she was before then, and realized that she knew a lot of people in Northwind that she doesn't remember. And because she stumbled upon some secrets, Cornelius, the court wizard, had to erase her memory and told her where she can get them. For some reason, he stored them in the Feywild in a vial that she had to go retrieve from Hezron, the leader of the Snow Elves in Vori. So she has done that, received some memories, realizes that she has a long-lost brother named Calamity that she doesn't remember, but now does, as her memories came flooding back. There's a like interest with Calamity because Hezron also knows Calamity. You guys aren't really sure why or how, but he said that he has been imprisoned by the Earth Elementals in Stonehaven, which is also located in Genesis. You also have a like interest to go to Stonehaven because I believe Hezron also said that one of the 4 elemental rings needed to be used to take down Diabris, the demon lord, is located with Calamity in Stonehaven. So you kind of a 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. You're going there, see if you can get that ring. And if you bring Calamity back alive to Hezron, he will tell you the location of the other 3 rings. Each one representing one of the 4 main elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. And each one, you're not sure how or why or how powerful they are, but they are needed to take on Diabris, the Demon Lord, who has escaped your grasp once before. So, we pick up specifically in the Feywild, in Genesis, right outside the Valewood, which you guys narrowly escaped last session. The fog of Lysander, the Mist Warden, trying to kill you, thinking that you guys were there to steal his power. Kind of this mad, crazy entity living in the forest, in this enchanted wood, who is just, what's the word? Scared that you guys were... Paranoid that you will take his power. Forced you out of the Valewood, which seemingly mysteriously disappeared after you left it, and you guys decided to long rest. Had some time of reflection, each one of you, during your long rest, before you all came to consciousness in the sunset of the Feywild that is overlooking this vineyard. You guys were headed Tangleward. You weren't really sure what that means, but Valdric just kind of had a general vibe that it was this way, kind of towards the sunset. So you guys were headed Tangleward and came across this vineyard and another familiar face in the vineyard, to the likes of a Twivel Bubblebreast, member of the Phantasma Circus, who has recently been converted as a follower of the Saz Father, the god of drinks and general alcoholic merriment that Valdric worships, and who had to convert all the members. It seems like she's been keeping up with it. Not only kept up with this religion, but has become even more spiritual, if that's even possible. If you can imagine a Twivel becoming even more spiritual, she has, and she's gung ho with this. Claims that she has been, in her very almost naked self, claims that she has been gifted this vineyard from the Sasfather in Genesis, in the Feywild, for her to visit and make deep wine from the magical berries and grapes and other fruits that grow in this vineyard. She flirted a bit with Ren and Xander. Xander kind of shut it down while Ren invited it. And I believe that's where we left off. I believe she did, at the very end of last episode, I think it's been like 2 weeks, but if I remember, the very end of last episode, she asked Valdrick if she wanted to come smoke Westweed with her and just kind of talk about spirituality. And Valdrick was like, "This, you're crazy. Like,
we just do not have the time for that.
Yeah,
Bless
simply don't have the time at Twivel." And she said, "Whatever, ta-ta." And
Tata with her tatas, truly.
Tata with her tatas. Yeah. It's just
she showed her party trick.
Yep. She's simply wearing nothing but thin vines and a woven basket for her fruits.
As she does.
So she went back to fruit picking.
Yep.
And the very rested up and ready for adventure wenches take the floor. Very good, Chris. Give yourself inspiration die. I thought that was very descriptive and detailed. Thank you.
That was. You even gave us some like weeks before background too.
Yeah, I wanted to.
That was a really good recap.
I wanted to make sure you guys knew where you were and why you were here, because it's been quite a while. Probably a few months that we've been running this.
We've just been hanging out in the Feywilds, truly.
What else are we supposed to do? We're chilling, somewhat vibing.
Surviving.
So, yeah.
Thriving.
Definitely thriving.
Totally thriving.
Man. Okay, so we are heading Tangleward. We are heading in the direction of the prison.
Correct. In Stonehaven. Let's do another survival check. I think it's been a minute since because this vineyard is like endless. You get down in this vineyard and it's very easily to get lost. It's almost like rows of corn.
Big man.
Just in the very center of Iowa, just lost.
Not in Iowa.
Yeah, the corn.
Why Iowa?
Although not quite as tall. It's still taller than like a normal shrubbery of a vineyard.
Shrubbery.
But it is the Feywild, so it's goofy.
Okay. Little survive check. I got a 16 plus 6. I got a 22.
Okay. You guys hear in the distance behind you the humming continuing from a Twivel as she continues to pick her fruit. And you see Valdrick like on a mission, like wanting to get to her destination. She kneels down, just grabs the dirt, kind of sniffs the dirt, and it's just you're all watching her do this.
Yeah, feels right. This feels tangly,
yeah.
And also wood. So I feel like we're going in the right direction.
Kind of sifting the dirt, which is very soft and smooth, through her hands as it falls to the ground. Closes her eyes, and with your other hand on the ground, you actually feel a faint rumbling on the ground, like some tremors.
It feels shaky here, like big worms underneath the ground. Yeah. I feel like we're going in the right direction, and maybe, like, bless you, Anya, maybe Anya should go ahead a little and maybe scout it out a little bit. I think that maybe we're getting close. Maybe the ground rumbling feels telling.
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
Okay. Valdra kind of points to the direction that she feels like the rumbling is coming from, and you take the lead. It takes you kind of. She points in the direction kind of to the left of the sunset. So opposites of the sunset is like the skies are like purple-ish, dark blue. Towards the sunset, it's more oranges, reds, and yellows. And so to the west of the sun, to the left of the sunset, I should say, is more greens. And so you kind of just start following that, and about 5-10 minutes go by and you feel another rumble, and this time all of you can kind of feel this sense, these tremors.
Can I roll to see if it might be familiar?
Yeah, any guesses as to what the fuck that is?
Baldrick's having PTSD about the worms. To be entirely honest.
Yeah, make a nature check, I suppose.
Big 15.
Big 15.
Big 15, baby.
You feels like a distant earthquake, one that's not like rocking you crazy, but that you feel if you were, a mile or 2 miles that way, might be rocking you crazy. It is a familiar feeling, one that you felt when you very first entered Genesis through the frozen lake. You met the girl. There were tremors. She took you under the lake to hide.
Because the Earth dudes were coming.
That's a good sign. A thing was happening, and us needing to go to the Earth prison. This is good. We're doing a really great job lately of directions. You guys, I want to give us a round of applause for that. Truly doing a great job. Have we come up with a plan? Is our plan, listen, is our plan that we're just gonna bust ass in there and just start swanging? We're just gonna unleash Anya in there, or are we gonna try for like some... Is there diplomacy that can be had with Earth Elementals? Anybody here have any Earth Elemental knowledge? Have we done that yet?
Pretty sure I have a brooch that conjures an earth elemental.
That's pretty sick.
I can conjure a elemental. I think I get to choose what type it is.
Okay.
But
Well, please.
are we just talking general knowledge?
Yeah, like, if we pulled up and we're like, hey, we're just friends, could we talk our way in? And then
Do I
find our way
know?
out?
Do I
Does it
know
make a
anything?
difference?
Is it concerning at all as to why Calamity is in the prison? Is that of concern at all?
I mean, probably, but also all we've heard is that the Earth Elementals are bad guys. So I'm hopeful it's because he's a good guy.
Well, if they're bad guys, then why don't we just do what we do best and fight our way in?
Alright, that's all I needed to know.
You know,
Because
sounds
I'm
like
pretty
my
sure
plan is
everyone-
your plan, so...
Everyone we've talked to has, said that the Earth Elementals are not great.
Yeah,
Well,
let's go
we
with that.
didn't we do the
Trust
storm
the
elemental. We just, almost died, but we did it.
That's fine.
At least not permanently.
Big
for,
man. Big.
Well,
Well, I'm fucking ready. Wait. I'm gonna look at Anya. We shall tell you what the plan is. And I'm gonna say, I love that plan. That's the best plan. It's my favorite plan that we ever have. And I'm gonna smack her on the butt. Just real. And give her Bardic Inspo.
Is
base
it
level
D8 or
Bardic.
D10 now?
I think I'm a D10 now.
Is it a D10? What level are you, Bard?
Let me look. I am a Bard. I am 13.
Gotcha. Cool.
So close to 14.
before we move, can I... Do I want to do it? I want to cast Mage Armor myself. Should I wait?
It's a D10.
Should you? No, you should cast it
No,
now.
Mage
If
Armor
we're already
lasts
feeling,
8 hours.
yeah,
and
cast it
I feel
now.
like we're going to be hitting.
Yeah, immediately cast it
Okay.
now. If we're feeling rumbles,
Yeah, I want to cast
Rumbles in
Mage
the
Armor
jungles.
myself before we go anywhere.
Okay.
smart cookie.
All right.
She's
Mage armor.
learned.
Is that concentration?
She's traumatized.
I don't think so, because it's it lasts up to 8 hours.
Nice.
No, it's I go boop on myself, and then it lasts for 8 hours, and that raises my AC.
Okay. Dang. All right. So Troy won't be able to make it tonight, but that's okay. We will carry his character along. Okay. Valdrick and Anya kind of have this moment of planning, talking about prison breaks and earth elementals and the such. And you both kind of turn to Calliope, who looks at both of you and just pulls out her book, shing, and you see this this glowing. What color would you say this mage armor is? I'll let you kind of flare it.
I feel like it would be like a yellow goldish color.
Okay.
I literally would read and then just like pat myself on the shoulder and then turn around and go, okay, I'm ready now.
And you see.
I love that.
Looking at everybody else in like their plate armor and shit, their dragon armor, and go, look at my pajamas and go, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You've been doing this the whole time.
Yeah, and
I
you
do
see,
it once we get into battle, but I need to just get in the habit of after a long rest, waking up and just going, boop.
so you see your bald wizard with her cloak over top snap her fingers after she reads from the spell book.
Oh my god, she was fucking bald.
And this.
My hood is up. They're not seeing my head, okay?
Yeah.
My hood is
Okay.
perpetually up now.
Yeah, so your hood's up. Over top of your cloak, you snap your finger, the little flick of the wand, and this black mage armor appears over top of mainly your torso and a little bit farther down your arms and stuff, but mainly over top of your torso, flaring out at the shoulders, and on the edges, these golden accents, these golden yellow bright accents, almost as bright as the sun blade when it ignites, just flare up around. And she shrugs and says, I'm ready. And you set off, I believe, still following Anya. You feel another tremor as you turn back around. And you continue on. What's the marching order here?
First.
The usual.
The usual.
I can't remember if I wrote it down right. Did we get the XP for the last thing that we did, the last battle thing? I just don't know. I think I might have missed it. Writing, or I might have written it down and I'm just mixing it up with.
I gave it out. I think you were still here.
I might be looking at that. Let me see. I just don't know if my number. Or I guess it is updated. I think it is updated. Okay.
What XP are you at?
I'm at 98,000. I think that's right. I think
Okay.
I just like from the last times we were in that battle, and then like we like ran away from it. I think we got it at the very end though, before the last session.
Yeah,
like
'cause
before the last session, like the 2 sessions ago. I think
Yeah.
we gave it.
At the end of 2 sessions ago was when the combat finished, and I believe I handed it out. What are Valdrick and Anya? What are you guys at? Should be fairly similar.
They're quite a bit ahead of me from some of their.
I'm at
Yeah.
120,000.
What's the last plus like
120?
Yeah, I'm at 123.
Okay, I didn't realize they were 20 ahead. Okay. Because I thought that little expedition to Dread Island wasn't 20,000 worth. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think both of us have had our own. Like I got a bunch
Story
of
arcs.
XP for for
okay.
like all the hag stuff, and then
Valdrick got pregnant and convinced everybody to join her cult, so...
That happened. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool.
The lore goes deep, and so the XP goes big.
It'd be going deep. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So you guys head on.
hey, big man.
in your marching orders, Ren and Xander and Xerxes kind of hang towards the back and have some bro time, and you hear them chatting. Both Ren and Xander being moody and broody, and of course Xerxes just being Xerxes and not talking at all, just kind of head on a swivel, very militant vibe. You guys continue on, and it starts. The vineyard just goes and goes and goes and goes, and you turn around and you feel like you've been walking for miles through this these rows and rows and rows and rows of vineyard. You even take some time. I guess Xander and Xerxes, he has Xerxes turn into a dragon. He mounts the dragon and kind of gets some aerial view, floats above and comes back down and says, I guess to Anya, who's leading the pack, Xander comes back down and says, Xerxes has spotted a mountain range just the left of the sunset. I'm not entirely sure what Tango word means, but
Is the prison near the mountain range?
I'm not sure. That's the only sign of anything that we can see for miles. Everything else is clouded and rows and rows and rows of vineyard. But we did catch a glimpse of the peaks of a mountain. Could be our location, could be a bust.
Would be a strategic place to place a prison. Well, does that feel that that's, Chris, where the tremors are coming from?
He did mention to the left of the sunset, and before you set off, that was the direction that Valdric pointed to. So they match up. Look at Max on top of Grant. Is that Max?
Yeah, it's Max. He's a skinwalker. He'll do it from dead on the ground too. It's become like an actual problem because he won't just jump on the chairs to do it. He'll try to jump from the ground onto your back and he'll never make it.
And
But he
then the
will dig his claws
yeah.
into your back to try to try.
Mm-hmm. Silly guy. Margaret, get down from there. We'll just pretend that's Margaret,
Margaret
during this expedition. Margaret's just kind of blinking around, getting a little antsy. Yeah. So you guys kind of stop to talk about navigation, and a mini scuffle breaks out between Tiernan and Margaret. Tiernan, who's now almost doubled in size, probably tripled in size since the time you entered Genesis.
Tiernan, leave the cat alone.
Yeah, he's kind of like, it's kind of like when you see like a cat that's batting at a dog, and the dog's just trying to behave so badly, but he's just like what is this thing doing? And Tiernan, after a couple swats, goes to bat at it with his wing, and the cat blinks away and then bats at him and kind of messes with him.
So we feel like the prison is in the mountain?
Like I said, it'd be a strategic place to put it.
I agree. If I was going to have a prison, I would also bury it deep within a mountain. Especially if I'm a rock person. I feel like that's very on brand. We should definitely move in that direction.
Yep. Do you feel the tremors in the air as you're flying?
He looks to Xerxes, not having an answer for you, and Xerxes kind of just looks at him, and Xander looks back at you and says no.
Well, keep moving.
All right, you guys continue on, and you travel for another couple of miles throughout the day, maybe stopping to eat some of your rations, just kind of take a general 5-minute rest before heading on. You notice the air has been mostly like summertime, not terribly hot, but it's felt, you have that once you left the Valewood, you kind of got this inhalation of like that first scent of spring. You walk outside and you just feel that spring weather. Nice 70. After a while, after your first kind of 5-minute break and eating some of your rations, there's a bit of a nip to the air as you continue on. Maybe drops 5 degrees, you feel like, and the rows of the exotic plant shrubs that line this vineyard start to kind of sparse out a bit and become less lush with green and more kind of quickly going from like fall colors to then like just wood and branches and no fruit, no leaves, nothing hanging off of them. It just quickly, it's like you just walked maybe 1 mile and it went from like nice lush green summer to winter and everything in between, including all stages of fall. It's actually kind of a beautiful sight as you walk this last mile, each plant getting farther and farther from the next until you realize you are no longer in this vineyard. It just kind of fades out. The temperature now dropping even more so down to maybe 50, it feels like, 40 even. And now the wind kind of starts to pick up. You might grab your winter clothing that you purchased at Northwind and kind of bundle up. Pull your cloak closer as let me get this.
I have to grab big man. Hang on.
Yep, you're good. A little change of scenery. And at this point, you can see the mountain range in view. What once was veiled by clouds and just overall, just like you could see clearly in the distance. You could see the sunset and the beautiful colors of the sky. You couldn't see the mountain range that Xander and Xerxes were talking about until they flew up. So you're kind of just taking their word on it, that they saw this mountain range. Because when you're trying to look over, unless like anyone casts fly or whatever, or unless you're just taking Xander's and Xerxes' word for it, you haven't actually seen the mountain range for yourself until the vineyard kind of fizzles out and you are now getting in view of it. Watching Isabeau struggle. And once again, as you exit, just to kind of catch Isabeau up, you guys are in view of the mountain range. Once you exit the vineyard, once again, you turn around and that rows and rows of vineyard is just gone. You have no idea where it went. It's just deadlands. Not like corrupted deadlands, but just dirt. It's not the green rolling hills that you guys exited the Valewood to.
That's super fucking ominous.
Imagine how much I hate this place.
I feel like it's just gonna be that's a problem for later us. Now us is happy fun time break into a prison and kill everyone. Later time is figure out why everything behind us is disappearing and hope to God we can figure out a way back.
The wind picks up a bit, and a few harsh flakes of snow begin biting at your faces as you pull your cloaks closer. And you continue on. Now the mountain range is in view. The cloud turns from the green, purplish, reds and everything to just gray. You can barely make out the faint sunset peeking through the clouds as you are now in sort of a snowy tundra landscape. It's not like a blizzard by any means, but it's just light enough that it's definitely not the grasslands that you came from. And the wind is picking up even further to the point where now it's almost hard to see more than 100 feet, maybe 200 feet in front of you, as you're continuing on, getting a bit colder now, maybe down into the 30s or 20s, and you see a faint light flickering, maybe orangish, yellowish light flickering in the distance, in between this mountain range, these two peaks. You kind of see it. You pick up on it. And once again, you feel a tremor. Now very strong.
Yeah. Should we be like trying to be stealthy? I don't know.
We have a giant dragon. I don't know how stealthy.
You're right.
He
Also,
kind of
I'm pretty jingly.
he goes back and forth between human form and dragon form. Xerxes does. He'll only be in dragon when he flies up, and then comes back down and goes back into his human form.
Following you, Anya.
I don't know. Is there? I'm not sure how much there is to hide behind.
Is it pretty tree covered up top? So, for instance, if Xerxes were to go and try to scout anymore, or did he get like pretty much all he could get before?
I mean, you can send him up, but for the most part, the trees that were once covering the area that you guys were traversing through are now very, very sparse and rare, few and far between. In fact, the mountain range, as you get closer, you realize is just layers and layers of rock, laden with snow until it meets the peak at the top. There's actually no trees on these mountains. It's just rock and snow, and you start kind of getting closer to this mountain range, and it's almost like walking on the moon. It's just like white around you with rocks. There's actually no trees. But there's some coverage of bigger boulders if you wanted to use those as you go towards the light, if that's what you choose.
Can I just do a silly goofy, just real quick?
Can always do a silly goofy.
And I love to do silly goofies. Sorry, I have to pull it up. One-handed digging for it. Not that one. Not that one. Aha! Yes! Well, that won't work. Never mind. I was gonna cast Fairy Fire to see if we could see if any of these boulders are actually earth elementals and going to spring upon us when we step past them. But it will highlight objects and living things, so we won't be able to denote one from the other. Can I just do a general vibe check on the rocks?
Sure, make a nature check.
Centaurs all over again. That was a 17, and my nature's a 3, so 20.
Okay.
30, 20.
You kind of go up to one of the rocks. You first, without touching it, give it an up and down and just kind of check, make sure it's not moving, make sure you're not feeling tremors, which you aren't at this point. You brush some of the snow off of it. Just kind of feel it, and it feels like a rock. It's gray and jagged.
That's a fucking rock.
It's probably twice the size of you, this particular boulder that you stumble upon, even in your 6'6" form.
These are some good rocks, you guys. I feel pretty confident that they are just rocks.
Yeah, you at least confirm that it's not an illusion because it, feels like a rock. You can hit it. You kind of do one of these like I'm pretending to walk away, and then ooga booga, and it doesn't react. It's
We're
a
just
rock.
watching Valdrick do all this. We're like, Valdrick, they're rocks.
Yeah.
That's for
Never
sure,
be
Rock.
too
I'm just
sure.
making sure. I just want to I want to verify the validity of the rocks.
It's giving me the 6 Harry Potter vibes where Slughorn transfigures himself into a chair, and Dumbledore just turns around and stabs him with his
I'm
Yes.
poking things with sticks until something jumps out.
Mhm.
both things with sticks.
All right, well, we're gonna go walk into the light then. That seems good. That seems like
That
seems
doesn't
like
seem
definitely
great.
not something we should do.
Hello. I mean, yeah.
What the?
Anya's
What else?
Anya's leading the pack. What's the play?
Just keep walking. Just go up and.
Okay. I think while you guys are having this moment and watching Valdrick
Talk to the rock.
talk to the rock, Ren takes this time to pull out some chicken from who knows where, and is just kind of finishing this turkey or this chicken leg. Finishes it, throws the bone on the ground, and kind of just wipes his hand on part of his leathers in his armpit, and pulls out his sword, but does not ignite the flame. And he just kind of like he's just expecting a fight.
Oh yeah, hang on, hold. I want to make sure I don't have anything in my bag of holding that I should have ready since I don't have 7 for out here with the DOS loot. So in love with you. Man, I have some weird shit.
This does not surprise me.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have any weapons, so tally ho, pip pip.
I have a dagger. Do you want a dagger?
I would love a dagger.
I'm gonna reach into my bag. I have 2 of them. Pull one out and hand one to her.
Okay.
Tiny sword.
Great sword.
This is a tiny sword. You do? You have a great sword? I don't know if I am proficient with great swords. I don't think I can even wield a great sword.
Yeah,
can
she
I?
should not be swinging a great sword around.
Imagine me with a great sword, though. That's pretty sexy.
The dagger's just in case someone gets close enough for her to stab them.
God, nobody ever gets that close to me anymore. No, that's not true.
I
Last
was about to
night
say,
I
we
didn't
just had a
die.
fight where people got close.
They got really close and then I fucking died. Nothing should get close to me ever again. Don't let things get
Oh.
close to me.
This is why you have the dagger. I also have poison darts.
I have a bunch of teeth. I'm gonna start throwing tooth bombs at people.
Should make little bombs out of the teeth
That's what I'm saying. Tooth
and
bombs.
then throw them because then they should do like projectile damage and do extra damage when they go off.
Excellent. I'm writing that as an idea. Okay. Yes, let's into the light.
I forgot about those poison darts that you stole from my trap that I set up for you.
Yeah, I forgot about them too. And I
Classic.
just rewrote my character sheets and I went, I can have those.
Yep.
I'm taking them.
You can. All right. So you guys follow Anya, and to this light, and these these peaks that kind of make up this mountain range, and you realize that the light is actually coming from a building, and this building is almost is built like a fortress. It's definitely not artificial. It's not in the mountain range at all. It's actually at the base of the mountain range as a standalone building with several circular towers coming up on either side, each one with these sharp kind of outlook kind of posts at the top of these cylinder towers. It's just this all gray building with this grand staircase going up to it, and at the top of the staircase is this opening. There's no door, but this is where the light is coming from, and it kind of crackles and fades here and there, and you realize it's a fire. That's what this light is. It's a fire. and above it is the kind of fortress kind of makes a triangle of just jagged rocks here and there. And as this building comes into view, the tremors return once more, and at the base of the staircase, this is probably hundreds of yards away from you, maybe like 500 yards. These 5 cloaked figures, at least from what you can count, maybe even more, kind of you see the ground kind of shake, and this kind of trench forms, and all of a sudden out from the ground these figures appear. What looks like just a ball of dirt shoots up from the ground and then morphs into a human, or what looks like a human. And this happens like 5 times, each and every one of these figures with these cloaks on. One of them adorning a black cloak. And they actually make a perception check, anyone who would like to, as you all kind of see this happen.
17.
I got a. What's my perception?
Is that Charmy next to you, Amber?
Yeah.
It's so funny seeing her just up on the chair.
I have, yeah, there's just an extra chair. She's just.
I have 12.
24.
On, you're perceiving the shit out of this place.
Yeah.
My
26.
perception is a plus 13.
Oh my god.
Oh, Solara got a 26?
Yeah.
How do
Okay.
you have a plus
Oh my
13?
god, Solara.
Yeah.
I got expertise in perception, so it's double my
Uh-oh.
proficiency.
Eyes always open.
Doodles.
Yeah. Okay, I would say, Anya, you get this. You get another familiar sense as these figures come up from the ground. Solara, you can almost pinpoint the exact moment that you've seen these figures before, and it was at the lake. These cloaked figures surrounding the edge of the lake, looking down at you, seemingly trying to attack you in the anomaly that was hiding under the lake with you. And you realize that these are not regular human beings. These look like earth elementals. Just from what you've seen with their powers, them being able to shoot these rock pillars down at you into the lake, them traveling through the earth, using the earth as a conduit and appearing out of nowhere and just morphing from rock and dirt to human form. And so you've recognized them before as you guys watch them ascend the staircase to the building towards the entrance that has the fire.
They look like a lot of fun.
Now, you guys, remember the things at the lake? I think, they're back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I just thought of that maybe we should try before we go in there?
Oh, do I want to know?
Is it possible for us to, like, send a message to the Anomaly? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we just send her a little message and we say, hey, if you can find us, we went Tanglewood and found the Earth Elemental prison and we are about to go and kill them, you should join us too. Do you think that would maybe do something?
Know that we trust her that much?
No, not at all, but just in case.
So,
Would she actually want to help us anyways?
I don't know. She seemed kind of nice.
know that we want to ally ourselves more than just remain neutral when it comes to her.
Right, well, pull the doffler off of my back, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on. Can I cast it on all of us? Let me take a little gander. How many of us are all together? So there's us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's
7,
Ren, and then
I
there's so 7.
believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Party. Oh, that's what I'm saying. A goo. Sorry, I'm trying to find my sheet that says that. It's hard to do when I'm one-handed.
In the meantime, I'm also trying to send a picture to the group text of the location it's not sending for whatever reason, but it's getting there. Send!
There it is.
Let me know if that goes through.
How many creatures can you make invisible? Yeah. Because if nothing else, at least we can get advantage from pulling up on them out of nothing.
Invisibility too. How many can it do?
It depends on what you cast the spell. If it's you cast at 3rd level, you can do 1 additional creature for each level over 2nd.
That's a lot of people
Exactly.
though.
Okay.
Exactly.
My highest spell slot right now is 6.
How did we know they won't just immediately see right through it anyways?
We don't, but
Like Cabe.
That's true.
Already seen
which,
it?
that was because of Nox.
You trust all of us to be silent right now?
But it's better than just strolling up to a prison.
We're just like la 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 la.
But who knows? Maybe that would also, stun them because, we're so bold and just going, hi.
Alright, I think the picture sent. Let me know
It
if
went
you
through,
guys...
I heard it.
Okay, good. But yeah, it looks like when you upcast
Whoa.
it at 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional for each one above 2.
Spooky. Well, do we want to be invisible, or do we just want to say fuck it and run in and start swinging?
Do we think this is going to end up as a fight no matter what?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely if we're
Then-
going in invisible.
Yeah, so do we just want to save the spell slots
Yeah.
for each of us and just walk up?
Yeah.
I mean, we can try to be quiet and not be, obnoxious, but...
Strolling like we own the place, you mean?
I mean, you can do that. For
Maybe
sure.
we
I'm
should.
not sure.
Love that for us. Let's do it.
Confidence is key.
That's true.
Why not? Let's go.
If I may, ladies, you hear Xander pop up, perk up, and he says,
Jesus. Forgot you were there.
stealth may be more advantageous for us in this situation. We don't know what we're walking into, how many there are, and if they're even our enemy or not. Although this is a prison break, I'm not sure it requires brawn.
Well,
What say you? And he looks at Ren, and Ren just shakes his head, keeps his sword out. Ren disagrees.
What a toughie, because
I mean,
player
we
knowledge is
could
telling me
side
that the
wars.
DM is telling us that we should not do what we're about to do.
But characters.
But character, Baldur's like,
we're going in there and we're fucking shit up.
Well, no,
I
I'm
mean,
I'm providing 2 NPCs that have differing opinions of
That's true.
which, you know.
Oh, hello. Oh, there we go.
There we
Hey.
go.
Okay, it wasn't working. Okay. Ani would say, I find there are very few situations in which brawn is not the solution.
I agree with most anything Anya says. She's far too scary not to.
But we could always ask nicely. And if that doesn't work, then start slicing and dicing.
maybe one of us should pretend to be a prisoner.
And we, their humble jailers? Can I be the prisoner?
Definitely.
Can we use this? Can
God.
disguise self work for elementals?
Disguise self.
Do they have true sight?
I feel
The real
like the
kicker.
elementals would not have true sight. I would hope not, but
Let's
They're rocks.
see.
How smart can they be?
oh, is it only for self? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, disguise self on
Well-
yourself, make yourself into rocks. and then we go, you know?
There was talk of turning into an elemental or creating an elemental.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit more.
If we conjure elementals and then we pretend like they're bringing us in as prisoners, like a whole gaggle of us,
Oh, maybe that would work.
that could be fun.
Maybe that kind of stuff. I don't know it off the top of my head right now.
I may have to
I
pause
can
for just a second to go and make him a bottle. Because he is defless. He's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
eat me.
I'm gonna let the wenches then converse and plan, and
Yeah.
hopefully they come up with a plan by the time you get back.
Okay.
Take your time though.
Alright, big.
Or if you guys need a break, we can always do that. But I know 11:30
Look
is.
over my spells.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I can conjure an elemental of earth, fire, or water.
So then the earth elemental would be our jailer bringing us, or
Yeah. It could be, yeah.
And it's like under your total your control.
Yeah, it's you call forth an elemental servant, choose an area of air, earth, fire, water that fills 10 foot cube within range. It disappears or drops to 0 hit points. It's friendly to you and your companions for the duration. It obeys any verbal commands that you issue to it. And if we don't, it defends itself from hostile creatures. Only problem is, if my concentration's broken on it, it will become hostile towards us.
oh,
Oh.
well,
Can you
That's-
can you
caveat.
roll to
I'm glad I read
reconcentrate?
that. Yeah, I'm so glad I read that.
And it might attack, is what it says. It might
Yeah.
attack.
It might attack.
If it's uncontrolled,
can't
then you can't dismiss it. But after an hour, it disappears anyways, because that's as long as the spell lasts.
Yeah. Which really, we only need the elemental to get us into the jail. But it doesn't, like, what happens if they ask it to speak, or it has to speak to someone, because it won't.
I mean, my thing too is also, won't they know, like, that this is not one of their earth elementals?
Not necessarily. If you're thinking, like, it's a giant army, they're not gonna know, like, everyone fucking in it.
I would guess that's fair.
It's an idea. We command it to say certain things before we get up there,
Yeah.
only when prompted. If that would be how that could work. That's a DM question. Because it follows any command, so if I tell it, like, when it's prompted, when they're asking, like, what's going on, who are these?
Yeah,
It doesn't say the elemental can speak.
Yeah, so it would take the stat block of what is in the monster manual, because it does say challenge rating 5. So it should take exactly that. I just have to look at the languages that an earth elemental speaks. Let's see. Which I believe it just speaks one. Okay. Earth elementals speak Terran.
What the fuck is that?
What's Terran?
It's like Terran as in like Terra, Earth.
Anybody here speak rock?
But shouldn't it be able to take a command from the wizard that gives it in its language?
I think you can command it. Let me see.
Yeah, I can command it myself. So if I command it to when they go up to the thing for like certain prompts.
Yeah, it says it obeys any verbal commands that you issue it. So, yeah. and it's friendly to you and your companions during the hour. So you can command it even without speaking Terran, because you're the one that conjured it. So you can command it in common, and it'll understand you.
Okay.
But it also can speak Terran. It doesn't say that it can't talk. So I would assume it takes the stat block of that, which is Terran, so it can understand the summoner's common, and then it can also converse in Terran.
Okay.
So do that as you will.
Is that the plan we want to roll with to try to get in? It's either going to work or we're going to end up in combat no matter what.
Yeah.
So either we sneak in or we end up in a fight.
I like our odds in both of those.
My goodness, big man.
What's the decision?
That sounds like I'm conjuring an earth elemental.
Hell yeah.
All right. And with that, Calliope pulls out her spellbook once again. Her wand clears her throat, and as she clears it a second time, you hear just more gravelly and rumbly as her eyes turn from whatever color they are to brown. Yes, you were about to say something? Looks like you're about to say something, Mina. Okay, you
I'm
just gonna keep going then. Your eyes turn just completely brown as you, with your wand, point at the ground beneath you and shake. And as you rise it up, a mound of dirt begins to rise up from the earth beneath you. Two arms sprout from it. A giant rock head with like a spiked back sprouts out with like this very crude looking mouth and eyes, just black divots for where the mouth and eyes would be. A triangle shaped like torso of a rock torso is formed, and legs, these stumpy legs appear, and you have an hour.
All right. I thought that I was turning to stone for a second, which is why I
They're
was
like,
like,
excellent.
"Thanks,
Calliope's luck.
No.
Calliope's actually dead again, sorry. Cast.
Yeah, literally, like, you just started describing it. I was like, I'm turning to stone right now?
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it's all for flavor.
All just for the zest of the lore.
Yeah.
Always. All right.
Calliope, give yourself a D6 inspiration die, because I love watching you guys plan, and so take that as a reminder. I like watching you guys formulate little plans.
Are you saying we don't plan our moves carefully enough, Chris?
Not carefully, just I don't care how reckless your plans are. I just like to see plans. So, no, you guys plot sometimes.
We do be plotting.
So,
Yay.
We're
It's my
plotters.
first inspo dice.
nice.
That's your first one ever?
Not including the advantage I got. That's like the first one that I get to keep.
Oh my
until
Mhm.
we need it.
god.
Very exciting.
Yep, that one you can keep forever if you want.
All right, we look at everyone. I was like, as we're walking up there, as we move forward, I'm talking to my earth elemental and being like, okay, and giving it like little prompts if they ask for anything.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you saying? Okay, so you're just kind of giving a general knowledge. Like, give me a montage.
I guess I would also be like taking advice from everybody else and be like, so walking up, I was like, I'm assuming we have to have some sort of a crime that we were caught for. Did we ever get info on like what the biggest earth elemental like enemy was? Like which other elemental was like directly against them?
Could be like air or water, right?
Without having to make a roll, because it's trying to remember things week to week, it can be a little bit harder. Whereas in person, this only happened a few hours or days ago. You would remember that I think it was the Anomaly talked about an ongoing elemental war between earth elementals and fire elementals. So they didn't necessarily say there's any sort of civil war going on between the ranks of the specific, but more just generally fire elementals versus earth. You're not sure water and air. You're not sure if they're involved or they're staying out of it or what. but earth and fire are at odds.
And so maybe we went out here setting shit on fire.
Well, I was.
That
I'm
might
all
be
gonna be like, so
fire.
we're colluding with the fire, and that's why we're being brought in. Because we need something believable to be dropped off at the prison.
That's true. That's so
Um,
true.
Should we like minor illusion, like chains on ourselves?
Oh yeah.
Oh?
You guys, this is so fun.
Love thinking of into a prison.
I don't think
How
we'll
getting
create
into a
chain
prison
sounds,
seems
but
harder
like
than getting out.
Yeah, can I create chain sounds as a bard?
like because like my illusion will have no sound. It'll just be. They can't look too hard either.
I would
We should
say
probably illusion our whole appearance, or else they'll see our armor
Our
and all our weapons.
weapons.
Oh yeah,
strip.
make
I
us.
don't think I can. Well, my minor illusion will just do like a little. I think I could swing like, if I don't know if like I think it could swing maybe like fake looking little chains or handcuffs on us or something silly. But it's just a cantrip, so.
and keep in mind, minor illusion only lasts a minute.
So we gotta commit.
Just casting it over
So-
and over.
I think with it being a cantrip and the casting time of one action, I wouldn't see the harm in you casting it over and over again.
Okay. I've never used cantrips. I got plenty.
Yeah. So let's see. It is somatic and material, which your shield takes the place of material for the spellcasting focus. But with it being somatic, that means you would have to make hand motions every minute. Subtly make
I
some.
just like, well, my hands are behind my back.
We just placed
I'm like,
her
pew, 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 pew.
behind,
Looks like I'm just scratching my hand.
Anya. Placed her behind a large person.
Yeah.
Let's see. The image can't create sound, unfortunately, or any other sensory effect. And there is the consideration of Valdrick's bells and jingle bells that she walks around with
Logic
jingle
already
jangles.
makes noise. That's true.
I just make noise. How do they know it's not the chains that are jingling? I've got chains that jingle, jangle, jingle. Yeah, I can't do much about the sounds that I make on my armor. I'm obnoxious, and that's just how it is.
That's fine.
It's good for me most of the time. I think we should just try to pass off that the bells are the chains.
Yeah,
the
I'm
bells.
sure that they won't notice. Like, we'll just.
Yeah, noise is being
It'll be
made.
fine. Yeah. Or we can use the 50 million feet of rope that we have and just. Actually, but that's that. But then we have to untie ourselves. So never mind. We're
Yeah, we
faking.
don't wanna
it.
actually.
Worst
we're
case,
we're
swords
faking
come
it.
out.
Yeah. Which Anya would deem as the best case. So really,
Oh, wait.
we're winning.
Theoretically, prestidigitation. It says that I can make, like, faint musical notes, or could I, theoretically, instead of musical notes,
Make it sound
make
like
the
chains.
sounds of chains? Because it lasts up for an hour.
We're really trying to sell this bit right now. I like it.
Like, if we're doing it, we're committing to it.
I'll allow it.
Chris is like, yeah, this is funny as hell.
Weird.
Keep it up.
Okay, you guys,
Look, I
just
have
hold
this
your
all on
hands
the
behind
camera.
your back. Like, really make it look like you're uncomfortable, okay?
Ooh.
Like, I'm just, it's like, if
These
they,
chains are
if they
so
look
itchy
too
on my
hard, it's
wrists.
all done. It's all
Maybe
done.
don't speak
With that little
louder.
tight on
And
the.
Valdrick, do not smile. Look sad. Look
Sorry.
scared.
Ooh. Anya, quick, slap me.
No.
Damn it.
Valdrick, Anya, just look pissed. That's fine.
That's
They'll
my
believe
regular
that.
face. What do you mean?
Exactly.
That's what it
Exactly.
says, like, Anya typically looks like she is displeased with all of us and our shenanigans.
Solara says this to Anya. Anya's face does not change. Solara goes, great, that's perfect.
Perfect. Amazing.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. Us three. We'll play scared little girls.
There you go.
Is
Totally get
Xander
off
also?
this
They're all coming. We're all going in right now.
Oh, yeah.
one. Oh, it's all of us.
We could always leave them like behind for a minute,
Oh, yeah. What if we leave them?
and then have them.
And then-
That way,
yeah.
they think it's just us, and we'll have them like hold back for like, see what happens, and then they can like come up around the back and
Send a flame to the sky if we get caught.
I
Maybe we should
can
have sent
send them
them
a
in
message.
first.
I can send
Oh,
them a message.
great. Yeah, that works.
If shit hits the fan, I'll just real
We
quick send
send
them
a
a message.
and they come and they pull out the first plan of
Exactly. Exactly. And what we should do at that point is try to kind of herd them so that they get squashed in between us and the big giant men.
Perfect.
I like that
This
plan.
is big brain. All right. This is good, you guys.
Ren Firestrife rolls his eyes as he sheaths his weapon and says, I guess I'll stay back with the boys.
We're like, okay.
Okay.
It's more believable this way.
Shoot you guys a message.
Xander looks at
Too much.
Anya and says,
XOXO.
you send us in. You send us in the moment you are in trouble. And judging by the pink bubbles that came from your mouth not hours ago, I would say it's a good chance of happening.
Those were fun.
We did great during that, okay?
You see them?
Right. Well, don't miss me too much.
I'll try not to.
Oh my god.
Okay then.
And he kind of gives you like a suave like look while he's turning around, goes to walk, and just runs right into Xerxes, who's just standing there, mouth breathing behind him, and he like just tries to sidestep him. And he's like, oh, I'll go this way. You go, yes. And he's awkwardly have this sidestep, and Xerxes just stands there, just stoic, looking at you, Anya. And he just walks behind a rock. So the plan is the earth elemental has you guys in chains and is just walking you.
Yeah, he's taking us to prison. He's taking us to
Taking
jail.
us to
We've been
prison.
very, very bad
But
girls.
theoretically, I guess we were colluding with the high
We've been
elemental.
colluding.
Okay. All right.
And cahoots.
You guys
Hopefully this goes the way we think.
Sort of like smudge some like. Actually no, we look roughed up. We're past.
Do we? I thought we took a nap.
During this planning, you see the 5 earth elementals ascend the steps, led by the black cloaked elemental. They stop at the entrance that you now realize has 2 guards that have spears kind of interlocking, making an X shape blocking the entrance. They very militaristically both pull aside at once, moving their spears aside and allow entrance to the 5 elementals, and resume their posts and block the entranceway. All just looking straight ahead, not mentioning a word. And you guys formulate this plot. The earth elemental kind of has this. He just, there's no nose. There's just like black like triangles for eyes and just like a black triangle for a mouth. And you're giving them these instructions, Calliope, as Solar is conjuring these chains, and you guys are trying to figure out how to like walk with the illusion of chains that aren't really there.
With sweet little hobble happening.
Yeah, look way down.
And Calliope, you're giving instructions to this earth elemental, and he kind of just looks at you. And
so good.
And you set off. He has one hand behind his back, pretending to yank on the chain, and then when he yanks, the 4 of you kind of stumble forward, and you guys start like kind of practicing this move of like, you know, as you're walking the closing in this 300-yard gap, to the point where you reach the stairs. You reach the bottom of the stairs, surrounded by snow and in between the mountains. You reach the stairs of this fortress, and you ascend the steps, and the guards are still interlocked, and they both do kind of left foot, right foot stomp at the same time, and you kind of just feel this reverberating feeling as they both stomp and they keep their spears locked.
Are we like directly in front of them now?
Yes, you all kind of stop, and the earth elemental in front of you. You hear this gravelly, like two rocks like banging into each other, like a kind of like what you would hear from like a landslide of just rocks tumbling down a mountain. That's just kind of what the sound is that comes out of his mouth. The guards kind of look at each other with a curious look on their face, and they say, one of them says, "Why do you speak in the tongue of the ancient?" And you hear more Terran. None of you can understand this language. None of you speak Terran, right? We determined that?
No,
Okay.
I should have cast comprehend language before we got up here.
Oh
Okay.
god, yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he starts speaking again, and you hear this gravelly, rock clashing noise as he kind of raises an eyebrow to the other one. I wouldn't imagine that he's proficient in intimidation or persuasion. Where's my dice?
Can I give him an assist?
You want to give him Bardic Inspo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the sense that after you hear this in common, this earth elemental say, "Why are you speaking this language?" and you hear him start to respond, you're like, "Oh, he's about to try to fool these guys." So you give him a little inspo. In what form, in your slave state, do you Bardic Inspo?
Oh, Jalen, it's so mean to us. This was so horrible and hard.
Okay. All right, he's gonna take a D10. Add it to his persuasion roll.
Thank
Not
you.
bad. That's
My
actually.
performance was great.
He rolled it 12. I'm gonna take his charisma modifier, which is a -3, as a 9.
Boy.
But I rolled a 9 on the D10, so he's at an 18.
This is the most riz this rock has ever had and ever will have.
Yeah, he begins to kind of, and even though you can't even understand what he's saying, you know that he's stuttering because of just the clack rock. It's kind of almost like pebbles like being thrown on like a flat rock surface. You get the sense that he's kind of stuttering, and you, Valdrick, you kind of take the sense of like, "Oh, we're in so much pain," and just like fake it.
Take off of me.
And he kind of like nods, and he kind of does the chain once, and you guys are like, "Oh yeah," and he begins. You get the sense that he's a little bit more confident in the way he speaks. You don't know what he says, but the guards remove their spears and allow passage. And he does another.
Like taking everything to not crack a smile. We're like,
Oh man, this is the worst. This is a terrible time. Let us go.
He yanks the chain again, and you guys all do this fake and drags you forward.
Anya's so bad.
They are going
He's like, "I
to,
fucking hate
since they are sus of the situation, and an 18 isn't crazy, they are going to do one check of the minor illusion. Let's see. If a creature uses an action to examine the image, which they are, creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful investigation check against your spell save DC. What is your spell save DC?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Solara?
It is. Oops. It's a 17.
It's good.
Okay. 10 plus intelligence, which is a 2. Okay, 12.
They are rocks.
It's okay. They shouldn't be that intelligent.
The
I
guards.
was about to say.
Well,
they could
so
be that
these earth elementals seem to be more less barbaric. They're actually in human form. I should have mentioned that before. They're again adorned with these brown cloaks. They look like humans, but judging from what you've seen from the 5 that entered, they have the ability to turn into the very thing that's slaving you into with the chain. So they have that ability to kind of morph back and forth. So they roll a 12 when you're 17 and kind of look side-eye the chain, bombastic side-eye, and then go back to their posts, not saying
Side eye.
anything to you.
The offensive side eye.
So you enter this, what looks like a throne room, and let me get a little change of scenery here.
Are you pooping right now? It looks like it. You're making your pooping face.
And this will be, we'll start to wrap up here for the session.
I can't believe we made it past the front gate. I'm just saying that right now.
I'm
That's
surprised this has
crazy.
worked so far. I was expecting it to fall apart.
You enter this, what looks like a throne room with really, really tall ceiling. It is a square-shaped room with pillars of rock. You realize are actually almost looks like marble as smooth as marble, lining the the edges of the walls of these this square room. Etched on the walls looks like there's just depictions of war in these, not paintings but like etchings that kind of remind you of Eastwind and like all the intricate Dwarven etchings that you guys saw within that brass city, except this is like straight into the rock. It looks pretty like it was designed by a really intelligent sculptor, not barbaric at all. It's just this vast story from left to right of some sort of war and destruction between elementals. You see fire elementals, water elementals, earth and air, all kind of clashing in war, just adorned on these walls around you. Like I said, tall ceilings. In the very center of this room is a massive square-shaped bonfire. Actually, circular-shaped bonfire that you realize is the source of this light that you guys have been attracted to getting here. And now it's kind of emanating this heat as you enter, giving you much relief from the cold bite that was outside. You guys kind of relax a little bit as you begin to thaw out from this bonfire. And on the other side of the bonfire is another staircase that leads up to a massive rock obsidian throne. And atop it sits a very, very elderly looking man. Got a long gray and white grizzly beard. His eyes are sunken. He wears a crown of what looks like vines and maybe gems that kind of sits atop of his head, with adorned in like these robes of probably like black and gold embroidered robes as he sits upon this throne. Very old looking, wrinkled, bony hands. His mouth is slightly agape, and it looks like he's just kind of like he looks out of it. He looks aloof, as this rock elemental or this earth elemental leads you into this sanctuary looking throne room. And at the base of it, there's the 5 cloaked figures that had entered, and they are all standing almost ceremoniously with their hands clasped in front of them, looking up the staircase and speaking to this figure on the throne, maybe a king, some sort of leader, who doesn't really seem to interact much or nod or anything as they speak. You kind of catch the tail end of this conversation, but it's in common, as the leader in black is speaking up, and he says, "My king, We've searched everywhere, and unfortunately we have lost track of the anomaly. Kind of takes a moment, expectantly waiting for the king to say something. He doesn't. And he continues on. She fled upstream from the lake, where she was imprisoned. My lord, she had help. And again, there's another pause. All we could find was this changeling, and he unveils his cloak and lays at the base of the steps a very dead Skippy.
No. Skippy.
Lays his dead changeling body there as he just lays to the floor and says, "Perhaps with your eternal magic you can revive him, at which point I will torture the information out of him."
Oh god, Skippy could ruin it all.
And for the first time you see the king actually react, and kind of his mouth is just like open, and he kind of just raises a feeble hand. It kind of shakes, and he kind of motions for him to bring the changeling up the steps. The black cloaked figure quickly scoops up the changeling and takes him up the steps and lays him at the feet of this throne. The earth elemental that's escorting you kind of takes you a little bit closer. I guess, Calliope, you would probably be right directly behind the earth elemental. What did you want to command it to do? It's a very wide open area. There's probably 100 feet from you across the bonfire over to the earth elementals, so you definitely could whisper without it being heard.
Okay. Do I see where, like, the entrance to, like, the dungeon where they would keep the prisoners would be?
You actually don't see any other entrance or anything. It's just this wide open room, the entrance that you guys came from, the pillars that surround the edges, and the throne.
Oh no.
You can make a perception.
The king of the elementals.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah, you can make a
Do
perception
check.
of the room itself.
Would you like to make a perception check, Olin?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, thank the Lord. That's a good one. 22.
22. Okay.
That's good.
He's okay.
From what you couldn't see
Oh, good.
before, you kind of walk in now, and you see that there's a couple more guards lining the edges, almost one to a pillar. There's so many that kind of line the walls that were kind of behind the pillars, hidden in the shadows. With your 22 perceptive look, as the earth elemental kind of takes you guys a little bit around the side of the bonfire so that you can actually see everything that's going on. As you walk, you realize to the around the edge of the bonfire, there's some unnatural shapings in the ground itself, creating like a circular crack surrounding the bonfire.
Like as if maybe something is beneath it.
Do we go towards the bonfire?
I mean, I feel like that's gonna call the attention of everyone in this room, but I also feel like maybe there's no other option.
I don't think there's another option. I'm just trying to get us into the prison before they bring Skippy back to life and he sees us. That's the hope.
And at which point, the king lays a hand down on the changeling.
Wait. Can I like in my can I? I'm like I don't know my shoes. I don't know. Maybe you can like decide here, but can I try for my cleric? I have my divine intervention, and it's I guess you can look it up. But I essentially just want to like in my head, I'm
So funny.
frantically like. Caliber,
That
can
bitch
you
dead.
block this soul? Like it is very important that he does not come back to life right now. Very important. I will die.
Sorry,
We will die.
Okay.
And I'll let you look into that. But essentially, I'm like, I'm doing that in my head while trying to be low key. So like, if there's a disadvantage to that, that's totally fair.
I was about to look up counterspell.
Oh, well that would have been probably more helpful, but it's okay. This is more fun.
Keep that bitch dead.
Like, no, this is
He's done. He will just die again, and anyways, he's just gonna die again because they're just gonna kill him when they're done. So, P.S.
I mean, is she wrong? No. What's the point of having him brought back to life to be tortured and then killed?
Yeah,
he's a god after all. Maybe
and you know what? Solara would not
strings.
like that. Solara, as a follower of Kelvin, probably.
If you're coming back, you're coming back to live your life, not to be tortured
Yeah.
and killed again. That's horrible.
That's
disgusting, really. Like
horrible disrespect to the dead.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a percentage dice.
Okay.
Guys,
Is that a which one is that?
Both
D100?
both of your D10s. Yep.
Both of my D10s. Okay.
So I need the 10 spot and the 100 spot. If you roll lower than your level, the divine intervention succeeds.
Okay. I got a 7 and a 2. Or rolled a 70 and a 20. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
well,
is that a D10? I don't even know.
Whatever one has the 10 spot has 2 digits. What was that one?
Is it this one?
Yes. What was?
Yeah, it was a 70 and a 20 or whatever. 7 and 20.
70 and a 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Was your other dice of the just one singular digit?
Oh no, it was no.
It was rolling
Okay.
2 percentage dice.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, so roll again. One of them has to be two digits, and then one of them has to be 1.
Okay. On the same dice?
On 2 different dice. They're both 10-sided, but one of them is the 10 spot, so like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
I see.
Yeah, the other one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So I got on the single one I got a 5, and then on the regular one I got a 90.
Okay.
95.
That's bad.
You
That's bad.
close your eyes, and with the 5 elementals that seemingly haven't detected your presence in front of you, facing towards this king up the steps, you're not quite sure if the king has noticed you or cares or is what he's doing, but you like kind of before you close your eyes, just make sure that he's not like reacting to your presence. And you close your eyes, your shield glows, and you begin to pray to Kelenvor, asking for this spell to block. Was anyone else doing something? Was there a counter spell before I continue?
Yeah, you can. You don't know I'm doing this. You can do whatever you were gonna do.
Yeah, this is all kind of simultaneous.
Please hold. I'm gonna double check what my counter.
Anya and Valdrick look on helplessly as Skippy's about to be read. As long as we kill that king.
If we have to fight, we have to fight.
And if they die, they die.
They die? That man looks like I could breathe on him wrong, and he would just fall over dead.
That man looks like low XP. That's not gonna level us.
Yeah, I guess he's within my sight.
Imagine you hit him with a counterspell, he just like becomes a giant eldritch horror.
Please don't put that into
All right.
the ether.
What level of counterspell are you casting this at?
I mean, I'm gonna cast it out of the 6th level, my highest spot. If I'm doing this, then I'm trying my hardest to stop that man from bringing back Skippy.
Maybe in the afterlife watching us try desperately to prevent his resurrection.
Damn!
There's some veiled world where he's like, no!
Sorry,
Oh.
Skippy.
That's
Are
so
you gonna be a
funny.
masterpiece?
Might
Hey,
do
we
this
did
anyways.
save him from falling through the vortex thing. So
We
you
did.
know what? Like,
And you know what? Really, we're helping him and saving him again from a fate worse than death. Truly.
torture.
Maybe he would have
Yeah.
never ratted. Maybe
And
he
then
just
murder again.
true.
Okay. So Solara does her divine intervention. Her shield begins to glow, and Calliope, I guess you're in front of her, so you don't actually see her doing this. So you begin to, let's see, counterspell, I think, is probably Semitic. So you begin to, secretly, like, from your cloak, read from your spell book and do a little flick of your wrist, saying the words to counterspell. Actually, what's the range of counterspell? Do need to find that out real quick.
Oh shit, it's 60 feet.
60 feet.
Am I too far?
This is Chris weighing how cool something is as opposed to how close he wants to put us.
I'd
Damn
say it's right on the edge. I mean, this staircase is not like long, but just steep and tall. So he's probably 10 feet up and 5 feet that direction, and the rest, you're like barely within range. As you kind of sneak forward, you kind of push your elemental. You're like, I need a little bit more range. You do the spell. Go ahead and make a stealth check with it being so close, because you do have to creep up just a bit to get in within range.
Okay, my stealth check's not horrible. Oh, okay. 18.
Okay. Let me make a roll here. Yeah, natural 6 is not going to do it. Okay. You sneak up just a bit. You kind of push your earth elemental up a bit. You do the spell and you kind of pull him back, seemingly unnoticed. Although it does look like the king is looking like right towards your direction as you do this. He does close his eyes and start doing some sort of incantation, I should say. And you see a glow of green touch his fingertips, move from his wrist to his hand to his fingertips and down into the body of Skippy. You see the body of this changeling rise a bit. However, with it being a 5th level spell and you casting counterspell at a 6th level, it is an automatic success
Thank
on your
God.
end. And Skippy's body violently shakes, but no life is brought back into his body as the king kind of takes a deep breath, almost shrivels up in pain and almost looks like he's cold. Opens his eyes, at which point you all are now focused on this. You see even at this range, his eyes almost look like they have like these milky white scales over his eyes, and you realize this king is blind.
Oh.
Oh,
King
nice.
is
Okay.
blind.
Okay.
That's really beneficial for us.
Because you kind of take all these deductive reasoning, him looking right at you but not reacting to you, these milky white kind of scales, like you're like, yeah, this dude, and he's not looking at the earth elemental that's speaking to him. You get the sense that he's very much blind in his old age, and
I can't see.
Skippy's body lays lifeless on the floor, and it is 11:45. I feel like this is a good place to stop for the night, so that we can allow Amber to go to bed at a
What an incredible, like,
reasonable time.
a little silly goofy we're doing right now that's being so successful so far.
We snuck into, which is maybe not a prison anymore if there's just a king sitting on top of it.
I think the prison's underground. I
I
think
think
that
so.
we're.
I think the circle under the fire.
I think that king looks like easy killings.
But not with all
I'm the king of the
other-
rock people now, bitches. Give me that
Oh
crown.
my god.
Look, the fact that we were able to sneak in.
Should we
Yeah,
like
that would
send
be
a
good.
message to update those outside? We're just like
No.
ins.
We said we'd
Oh,
send
yeah.
a message if we were in dire need. We're not in dire
Okay.
We're not there
That's
yet.
true. That's true. All
And
right.
Xander seemed way too confident that we would end up in dire need, and so
So
now
out of
he can
spite,
fuck
we're
off.
not gonna be in
We're
dire.
not damsels
Your-
in distress. Thank
Your
you,
boyfriend, Charlotte or Anya, your boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
First of
She's
all,
worried about
Nick
it.
Jonas.
any man of mine, let me tell you something.
Any
man-
of mine.
Any man of mine would know that I don't need no help from no man. First
That's
of all.
right. Preach.
Secondly, if I'm in dire trouble, it's probably because I chose to be in dire trouble, and I'm probably thriving.
Dang,
Incredible.
Anya in combat is to Solara in the Feywilds.
dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Thriving.
I
Can you get him out of that mug?
I am sending you a picture of what the king looks like.
Yeah.
He's given.
So you guys can
Good
stew on
man,
that for a
blind
whole
old
week.
man.
You can try to figure out what you want to do. Yeah,
Oh.
cool beans, cool beans. What was I gonna say?
Look, I'm impressed with how well this is going.
Oh, I have a question that I should have asked already.
Mhm.
Are any of the human form elementals hot? Any of those 5?
Are they hot?
All of their backs are to you, and all their hoods are up. You cannot tell. None of them
What
are
about
like.
the other guards in the room?
Don't worry.
Their faces are pretty veiled in the dark shadows that line the room.
Oh.
And yeah, they haven't reacted to you incoming yet. Because they're not going to rush forward. If the 2 guards out front allowed you
Yeah.
passage, then they
Good.
would assume they would
Good.
allow the king or
Yeah.
whoever to decide your fate.
As they should.
But yeah, that spell was 5th level, raise dead.
I
Necromancy
debated
spell.
on casting it at 5th, but I was like, I might as
Sorry,
well just cast
Skippy.
it.
Yeah, better to be
Why
safe
not?
than
Yes.
better to be safe
You
than
know what?
sorry.
I'm not sorry. You're welcome, Skippy. Could have been a
Shouldn't be
whole lot
sorry.
worse for
Skippy
you.
would have
But
been
yeah.
tortured. If he was watching, he would have heard their plans to torture
Exactly.
him.
The thought of him seeing us actively trying to keep him from being revived, though, is also so funny. Imagine having your soul halfway ripped back into existence and an invisible hand just come and badmintons you back until the afterlife.
Like, okay.
D9.
Yeah, that's really funny.
It would have been worse than if he had gotten raised and went, oh yeah, it's those bitches. We all looked like,
Not them. Not again.
bitches confused. You just raised him. We don't know this change.
We don't know him. So weird.
I
just
had
got here.
Maybe we
I'm-
can go here.
I had no idea how that was going to play out. I had no expectation of Skippy not being able to be raised back to life. So this is hilarious how this is transpiring.
I mean, yeah, when we came in and there was
It's really
fucking
funny.
Skippy, like the only one in the Feywild that could aptly
But we
identify
actually
us.
talked.
Yeah.
And got
This was this was Calliope's episode, guys. This was
Yeah.
Calliope heavy episode. Well done.
10 out of 10.
Well done,
She
Nina.
didn't, and she didn't take any damage.
No
None.
damage, and she didn't turn into a rock, which
Yep.
we were a little fearful of for
That
a
was-
second there.
You're like, were you about to say something? I was like, no, I'm just
No.
really scared.
You're like, I'm just scared.
I'm just scared that you're gonna turn me into a rock. Is all. It's okay.
I'm gonna play past.
And you're like the
Okay.
only one with counterspell, so amazing.
I thought Arya
Alright.
had counterspell.
I have counterspell, but I can't cast it unless I have
Unless you
my
play on
loot
your
out.
own.
Yeah.
Thank God that I have a wand.
Ting.
Pink.
And
That's funny.
That was so good, you guys.
All right,
10
we'll
out
let
of 10.
we'll let Amber get out of
GG.
here without the Irish goodbye. We get a real goodbye.
Bye bye.
Love you, Amber.
Hearts. Alright.